Welcome home cooks to Janine's Gluten Free Kitchen, where we make all our recipes gluten free and dairy free and refined sugar free, but super yummy so you can make them at home. Today we are going to be making a delicious blistered tomato, fresh basil and smoked garlic pizza bread. Yummy! Stick around and let's make that together. Guys, this is a yeast-free pizza dough, and we have made it once before, but we made it for a sweet dish. So we're going to make it again, and we're going to use it. It's an all-purpose, crazy dough that works with all sorts of recipes. So let's make that again, and we're going to start with our almond meal. Again, all our recipe ingredients are below in the directions. You can check them out there. We've got some coconut flour. We've got some baking powder, which is the thing that's going to make it rise in replacing the yeast. We have some xanthin gum, which is replacing our gluten. And we have a bit of sea salt. Throw that in. Let's give that a quick whiz before we add our wets. Awesome. Doesn't need much. Just a quick whiz around the block. Now we've got an egg that we've already mixed a little bit first. Just giving that a light whisk. Let's throw that in. Some lemon juice. I'm going to put a couple of spoons of that in. Awesome. And the final ingredient is water. Now you will need between 3 to 5 tablespoons of water. I'm going to start with 3. Give that a whiz and see what it comes out like. Alrighty, let's have a look. It's quite gooey. Let's keep that going. Now the thing about this mixture is it is a little bit sticky, and you want it to be sticky. If it's not sticky, throw in another couple of spoons of water. There we go. All right, so it doesn't take very long at all. And we have our crazy dough. You can see it's quite sticky, which is perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it into some Glad wrap so we can continue to knead it, or saran wrap or any other wrap. So I've grabbed some wrap and I'm going to pull out a couple of sheets. Now I suggest you use a couple because one can tend to tear through. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Get 2 of those babies. And those down. And turn out your dough. It really is very sticky. All right, wrap that up. A good squish. And now is the fun part. You want to knead it for a couple of minutes to really work the flours in with the egg and the water. It's a very neat way of doing it. Now, just as a side note, for anybody who's new to the art of pastry making, kneading is very different to mixing. So we're doing it by hand to get that kind of stretchiness to work into the dough. This isn't just about mixing the stuff together, it's actually about kneading the ingredients, making it a bit more kind of pliable and stretchy. You want that real good pastry. So normally you would do this on a board with some, or on your bench with some flour. Obviously we're not using flour. And this stuff is too sticky to work on its own, so that's why we've got it in the wrap. So once you've finished kneading that, you're going to pop that in the fridge and let it set for a good half hour to an hour. So guys, while our pizza pastry dough is in the fridge chilling, what we're going to do is prepare our tomatoes so that we can slow roast and then give them a final whack to blister them. So I've got an assortment of beautiful little cherry tomatoes and baby grape tomatoes and all sorts of yummy tomatoes. And I'm just going to throw them onto the tray, and we will add a little bit of oil onto it. Just want to coat them. Awesome. And the other thing I want to do is throw my garlic in at the same time. And this will make sure that they go a little bit sweeter when we put them on our pizza. Little trick, cooked garlic is sweeter than raw garlic. Okay, let's throw them in the oven. So guys, we have taken our tomatoes out of the oven and they're nicely blistered and roasted. We've got some garlic, and now we're going to roll our pastry dough, which has been in the fridge for an hour. Now, you've probably heard, if you've seen me before, you've heard me say that gluten-free pastry is best rolled between 2 sheets of baking or parchment paper. And this one's no exception. Got my rolling pin. Let's roll it. Now, I am making a rectangular pizza base. You can do whatever size or shape that you want. Awesome. I don't want the pizza dough to be too thin. I actually prefer it to be a little bit thicker. But if you like it super thin, feel free to roll it out even thinner. Great. Now, throw that on my pan. So, what we're going to do is assemble the pizza with just the oil, the garlic, and some dry mixed herbs. We're going to bake that off, and then we're going to put our fresh ingredients on top, the tomatoes and the herbs. So, first thing I'm going to start with is some beautiful olive oil. And don't be stingy with this stuff. You want a nice oily base. I've used about 3 tablespoons so far. Now we're going to get our garlic that we just roasted. So it's going to be nice and sweet. And make spaghetti from it. That's hilarious. Yum. I can already smell it. If you ever had roasted garlic, you know that lovely sweet taste that garlic makes when it's been brown and caramelized. And that is what I'm smelling right now. It smells delish. Make sure you get it right around the pizza. Now, I am feeling to throw in an extra clove of garlic. Can't hurt our immunity, right? Awesome. Bit of fresh kick. Great. And then finally, some mixed dry herbs. Now I've got some dry basil, some oregano, and some thyme. Just gonna give that a little sprinkle around. This will intensify the flavors of the fresh herbs. Yummy. That'll taste pretty spectacular on its own right there. The rest is just extra. Let's bake that. We want to put it on a very hot oven. If you know anything about pizzas, is they work best on a very hot oven. You want it to get really crispy and brown. And don't know how long that'll take. It'll depend on your oven, but you'll see when the edges start to go very golden and the center's not mushy anymore. So throw that in the oven. You guys, this pizza looks beautiful. Smells amazing. Let's put those extra lovely toppings on it. Bit of fresh parsley. Some gorgeous fresh basil just picked out of the garden. Yum. Let's put a drizzle of olive oil again. Now the reason why we've separated the cooking of the tomato, you could cook them together with the pizza, but I just didn't want our bread to go soggy, which tomato always does. That's why I've blistered them beforehand and just going to throw them on. Look fantastic. Yummo. Probably don't want to overcrowd this. Looks pretty good. You know what? That one's too big. There we go. Yum! Blistered tomato, basil, herb, garlic. Simple flavors with maximum punch. It's just going to be delicious. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. If you have, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, like the video and leave us comments. We love hearing from you guys. Any suggestions you'd like for something that you're keen to make yourself and you need a hand with. Let's go eat some pizza. See ya. You can make them at home. Make what at home? Recipes. Let's get started with no, let's not get started. Will you stop doing that? Okay. It's playing up. Once you've been doing that, now we're going to roll our pastry dough, which has been in the oven Seriously.